and thank you for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your November 2020 tarot card reading. Really honoured that you're sharing your space with me here for this video. If you would like to check out your free 3-card tarot reading, you can do so by clicking on the link down beneath this video, or indeed reach out to myself for a live one-to-one reading. But without further ado, let's get into this month and see what information holds for your specific zodiac sign.
Hello lovely Leo, and welcome to your November 2020 tarot card reading. Whoa, well, we kickstart this month, just flew out, with the 8 of Pentacles. There's quite a few signs actually this month that have pulled this. This is a card of learning, it's a card of study. I feel like you're beginning to master something in your life. Like you're beginning to really feel like you have the knowledge and wisdom to start to share that with other people, and you found confidence coming through because of your intellect, because of what you've learned, because of your life lessons. And Leo, that's fantastic, because that added confidence is going to give you a boost, particularly if you feel that your lion's mane has been a little bit drab lately. I feel you're going to be shaking it again very, very soon. So what is blocking you? Okay, we got the 7 of Swords here. It's a tricky card because it is the card of stealing. It's a card of theft. It could be that, Pentacles can represent money. So watch out with who you share your financial resources with perhaps this month. This is not going to be the same for all of you, but for some of you, I feel that this could be a problem. For others of you, this is going to be people stealing your energy. So it's more of a metaphorical meaning, or stealing your ideas, or taking credit for something you did. It's going to really get on your nerves, particularly if you put the long, hard graft in, and then they just come along after a conversation they heard you have or you had with them, and they just storm in with your idea. I mean, how frustrating is that going to be? So I'm sorry to say that could happen this month, but that doesn't sum up your whole month. That's just something that could come up. So your foundation card is the Queen of Swords. She's very logical. She's very business minded. She has a bit of an aloofness about her, a bit of mystique and mystery. She can come across as a little bit cold, but she has a fantastic sense of humor. I kind of feel that you need to be more like this month. Play your cards close to your chest. Don't give all the information and details away. Don't be too honest. Now, this is not about lying. We don't want to lie. It doesn't ever work out right, and the truth always finds a way out. But I kind of feel like don't overshare this month, right? Particularly if there's new people in your life. If the people that you trust and you've known for a while, that's a different story. But if someone's sort of picking your brains a little bit, just be a little bit cautious. Not paranoid, but just be a little bit wary of what their motives are. Now, your past situation is a magician, so you've definitely started creating something very, very exciting. He's got pentacles here, coins, he's got a wand, he's got swords, he's got cups. So he really has every single element on his workbench, and he's chopping and changing things up. It's a bit of alchemy, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and just going for it. So I really feel that you've put the effort and the groundwork in to get to this point in your life, in perhaps in your career. You don't want someone sweeping in and taking it all away, or damaging your reputation in some way. Now, the card that's spiritually crowned you is fantastic because it's the 3 of Cups. This is a card of celebration, feeling joyful. It can represent anything where we get together with people, weddings, christenings, obviously depending on where you are in terms of, your local restrictions. But I feel like there's a new sense of optimism coming through, Leo. There's definitely this sense of, things can be done. And there's an excitement coming through that perhaps you haven't felt for quite some time. So I'm really excited that has come through for you, for your spiritual card. Now, your immediate future, we're moving more into the month now, and we have the 7 of Wands. Another 7, and this is asking you to defend your position, defend what you have created, and defend your beliefs. It's it's really wonderful to be open-minded. And often, sometimes we might not see things from somebody else's point of view, but I think one of the beautiful things in life is to be open to learning how other people live their lives, and that is great. But at the same time, you're going to have some real core beliefs that are really important to you, Leo. And there's no harm in challenging people's beliefs or people challenging yours. In fact, it's healthy to have those debates. It helps us to think and grow and learn and expand. However, if someone is trying to get you to change the core of who you are, perhaps they don't want you to dress the way you dress, or perhaps they want you to change your hair or the way you act. I kind of feel with this, Leo, that it's really important that you just think twice before making those big changes, because it is asking you to defend your position, stand up for what you believe in, bite back. You don't have to take what somebody else says to you lying down, even if they are an influential person in your life. Now, your state of mind this month is the 5 of Cups. I do feel like you feel as though you've missed out on something. If we imagine that these 3 cups are spilt over and it's like, oh, well, I missed out on that. I made a stupid decision. If I hadn't done that, then I would have still had that. And, this thought process can go on. However, there are 2 cups right in front of you, still full and still brimming with opportunity. I think it's important that you, if it's a mistake you've made, that, be accountable, but please don't berate yourself for the rest of your life, because you never know why that thing happened. So it's like a carousel going round and round. You miss the ride you want to go on, but it could come round again. Or perhaps you see a better thing that you want to go on. So don't be too hard on yourself emotionally this month, Leo, if you feel you've missed out on something. Now, your outside influence here, another 7. You got 3 sevens. This time's the 7 of Cups. There are so many options to pick when this card comes up. It really is like walking down a corridor and being asked to choose a room, and there's hundreds of sparkly doors. Like, what do you go for first? Or it's like, if you put a child in a room with loads of toys, they could get overwhelmed and they don't know what to play with. So they're picking this up and picking that up, but they're not really focused on one thing. That's the difficulty with this card, that you're not able to just focus. But I think it's really important that if this is the case, and again, it could be an outside influence that is pushing and pulling you, trying to get your attention to go, with them, please just try and see one thing through to the end before you move on to something else, because that is going to help you avoid overwhelm. But it is also nice to have options. So, we're not completely slating this card, because, options are great. Now, your hopes and fears is the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is a card of loss and a card of grief. I feel as though, with this, what are you afraid of losing? Is it your marriage or a relationship? Because this can mean a breakup or divorce. Is it your status in some way? Is it the fear of losing someone that you love? Or perhaps you have lost someone and, the grief is palpable. Don't be hard with yourself. We all have these fears. And sometimes it happens more often than not, and sometimes we have periods of our lives where we could just float through and it's okay, and then this lump in our throat comes up and we're like, God, I'm so worried about what the future might hold. But it is a fear. It's not to say it will happen. So it's just simply asking you to have a little look at what that fear is this month, Leo. And then your outcome for the month is the Queen of Cups. So your ending for the month is a lot softer than how it began. This is about feeling emotionally supported, about feeling respected, about feeling cherished, nurtured. And perhaps you're the one that's giving this energy off as well. So whilst we start the month with you've learned a lot of life lessons, there could be a bit of trickery going on. But you're optimistic and you're actually going to stand in your power and put your foot down, and you're not going to be pushed and pulled in all different directions. And by the end of the month, you're going to feel a lot stronger, more willing to share your ideas. I think trust is going to improve massively by the end of the month. So as we're moving towards that, please just be gentle with yourself, Leo.
So there you have your monthly tarot card reading for November 2020. Thank you again for sharing your space with me throughout this video. If you'd like to check out your free 3-card tarot reading, once more you can do so by clicking the link down beneath this description box. But thank you so much for joining me, and until we speak again next month, take care, stay safe, and many blessings. Alyssa.